Hello, welcome back dear students. I hope every one of you are fine. And I also hope that everyone had got the information about the commencement of the first terminal exam for this year. The first terminal exam for this year will start from 9th of this month. I hope every one of you are preparing well for this exam. In today's video class, we are going to see about the model of the questions that will come in this exam and how you can give the answer of these questions. I think most of you have already experienced the type of questions and the way how the exam is conducted in our school. But I think some of you doesn't have the idea about how the exam will be conducted and how to give the answer. So in this video class, we are going to discuss about all those things. Our online exam will be conducted on one online platform. The link will be sent to you in the group. The link will be available to you from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So during this time, you have to log in that website and you have to attempt the questions that is given to you. For every subject also, a particular time duration is given. So if the time duration that is provided to you is expired, then you will not be able to continue with the answers. So you have to maintain the time also. In this exam, you will experience 5 different types of questions. One-word questions, fill in the blanks, true or false, multiple choice questions, and match the following. Out of these 5 questions, only 2 types of questions, those are one word and fill in the blanks, you have to type it. The other type of questions, you have to click the correct options that is provided to you in the link. So let us see one by one how the questions will come to you and how can you give the answers of those questions. So now let us see the first type of question, that is one word question. So one example of one word question is given on the board. Let us go through it. Which type of disease is caused due to overeating? So we know that due to overeating, a type of disease known as obesity is caused. So in order to give the answer of it, you have to give the answer in one word, not in writing in a sentence, in the form of a sentence. So the answer that you have to type in the mobile is obesity. So when you write the answer, don't put any full stop or comma or any other thing at the end of the answer. So in this way, you have to give the answer of one word questions. So let us take up one another example of the same one word question in order to understand it better. The another example of one word question is, what is the another name of snake charmers? From the chapter number 2. A snake charmer's story, we come to know that the snake charmers are also known as sapphires or calberias. So, 2 answers can be given as the answer of this question. So, out of these 2, you have to write only one. Either you can write sapphires or calberias. Don't write both the answer. As it is a one-word answer, you have to select only one answer for a particular question. So in this way, you can give the answer of this one-word question. Now let us come to the next type of questions that you will experience in this exam. The next type of question that you will experience in this exam is fill in the blanks. So in order to understand how the question will come and how you have to give the answer, let us take up some examples and let us see how the answers can be given for those questions. One example of the fill in the blank question is given on the board. Let us see this question. Many children do not get proper food due to dash. This question is from chapter number 3. When we were discussing about chapter number 3, we came to know that many children in our country are not getting proper food because of poverty. So the answer for this question is poverty. So in your mobile phone, when you type the answer, you have to type poverty. While giving the answer of the fill in the blank, not writing the question back again, you have to write only the things that should fill in this empty space, in this blank space. And while writing the answer also, in this case also don't put any full stop or any other thing. Just write the answer only. So this is one example of the fill in the blank question. Now let us come to another example of the same fill in the blank category. The next example that we are going to take is different types of food have this taste. In chapter number 1, we had discussed that different types of food have different taste. So the answer for this question is different. So for it, you have to type the answer as different. In this also, I told you before that no need of writing the whole question. You have to just write the word that should be filled in this blank space. So the answer for this question is different. For this also, no need of putting any full stop or any comma. You have to write only the word that should be filled in this blank space. So these are the two types of questions. Now let us come to the next category. The next category of the question is true or false. In this true or false, the question along with the option true or false will be provided in the question. You have to first read the statement that is given in the question properly, and you have to see whether the statement given there is either true or false. If it is true, you have to click on the button true, and if it is false, you have to click on the false button. So let us see how the question will be presented to you. One example of the true or false question is given on the board. The question is, all the snakes are poisonous. Underneath this question, two columns will be given to you, will be provided to you. True, false. So in the second chapter, we learned that all the snakes are not poisonous. There are many snakes that are found, that are present in our surrounding which are not poisonous. So the statement that is given here, it is false. So for this false, you have to click on this false column. So now let us take up another example of this same category, true or false, to understand it better. The second question from the true and false category is, we can identify some of the food by their smell. In the first chapter, we learned that some food items are there which we can identify by their smell only. So the statement given here, it is true. So as the statement is true, you have to click on the true button that is given in the question. So with this, you can give the answer of the true and false statement. Now, let us come to the next category of the question. So let us see how the question will be given to you and how can you give the answer of this question. The first example of the MCQ category is, the taste of the food we eat are identified by the help of. Underneath that, 4 options are given. The first option is leaf, the second option is taste buds, the third option is teeth, the fourth option is stomach. So out of this, we have to select the correct option. As we have learned in the class that the taste of the food is identified by the help of the taste bud present on the tongue. So the correct option is the second one. So you have to click on this second option, that is the taste bud. So in this way, you can give the answer of the MCQ. Now, let us come to the last category of the question, that is match the following. So some questions related to the match the following are given on the board. In the match the following, 2 columns will be there. One will be column A, another one will be column B. You have to match the words that are given in column A with the words that are given in column B. So for mouth, the possible answer that is included in the column B is the saliva. As saliva is a liquid that is produced in the mouth. So for this mouth, you have to select this saliva. For the second one that is given in column A, that is snake. Out of this possible answer, as saliva is already been selected for the first option, only 2 options are left. Those are fangs and snake. So snake and snake, it is not matching one. So the possible options from the second column for the snake is fangs. As fangs are the teeth through which the poisons of the snake is then released out of the body. So the last one is the calvelias, which is related to the snakes. So in this way, you can give the answer of this match the following. So one question will be provided in one page in the link. After giving the answer of that, when you go next, at the time you will get the next question. So in this way, you can give the answer of the questions that will come in the first terminal exam. One another very important thing that you have to remember is that one student is allowed to perform only one attempt. If any problem happens while appearing the exam, it may be not able to open the link, or it may be network issue. At that time, you have to inform immediately your class teacher or principal sir. So in this way, we can conduct and you can appear the exam smoothly. So all the best, dear students, for your coming exam. Prepare well and perform well in your exam at your best level. So for today, let us wind up here, dear students. Thank you.